Hello, Glacier Grizzlies. This is Mr. Hedman, principal. What an opportunity we have to come back to school in our hybrid model. And this presentation is going to take you through some of the key information that we want to communicate to you around our health and safety protocols, as well as the expectations for hybrid learning, what that's going to look like. And if this is being used during the family conference or it's leading up to family conference, kind of start to help generate some questions you might have and then try and get some answers to you for things that you might be still thinking about. Okay. As always, we love to put our stamp on something and have a little fun with it. So we thought, okay, how can we get a picture of what it's going to look like to come to school, to be at school, to leave school, and that kind of thing for half a day. And so we put a little video together. Thank you to Keelan Turgeon from Blue Star Stellar Productions in helping us make this video. So you can play this video. We'll share this PowerPoint with you as well. It'll be up on the web. Okay, so let's check out that video. It's kind of fun, and we always want to have fun. All right. Let's talk about the model and how it's set up. So the idea is that kids would come every day, Tuesday through Friday. Now, is your student in the AM or is your student a PM cohort? Let's say that they're in the AM cohort. And let's just start on Tuesday, okay? So on Tuesday, they're going to come, arrive no earlier than 7:45, and then you're going to go through our health and wellness attestation. I'll show you what that looks like. It's basically was in that video. Kids are going to show that they do not have any of the symptoms of COVID, and they're going to get their hand stamped. We'll take their temperature check, and then they'll off to homeroom. Then you're going to go periods 1, 2, and 3, and these are full periods that we normally have, 50-minute periods, okay? Actually, 45-minute periods. And then it's going to be dismissal. So that's what the AM, you'll have periods 1, 2, 3 on Tuesday, 4, 5, 6 on Wednesday, and repeats Thursday and Friday. Okay, now if you're in the PM, you'll be arriving no earlier than 11:35, and homeroom starts at 11:45, and you go same thing, periods 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's roughly about half the class in the morning, half the class in the afternoon. If you're a distance learner, you'll probably be in the afternoon, and we'll do what we call simultaneous or concurrent sessions, where we'll be teaching to the class, but we'll also have the camera on and be teaching to the students there as well. Now, on Mondays, we're going to keep the same schedule we had with VGA 2.0, 2.1, where we're going to have all students log into Zoom for about 30-minute sessions. Students that need intervention will stay on, and those students after the launch of the learning for the week, they're off. So that's what's going to happen on our Mondays, okay? So that's a little bit of the hybrid model. It depends if you're in AM or if you're in PM. But we're excited to have kids here every day. We think it's very doable. We're not serving lunch like we've done, and we're not having rec time. There'll be like lunch available to grab and go, okay? All right, let's go over the important safety and health concerns we have. Want you to know that these were several people groups have advised us on what these would look like in our schools. Being a public institution, there's a lot of different protocols we need to follow. First of all, yes, everybody will be wearing a face covering of some sort. Mostly everyone will be wearing masks. There are a few exceptions where there might be a face shield for a staff member. Yes, if a student is drinking water, you can take the mask down and you can drink the water, and they must cover the nose and the mouth. We are insisting on physical distancing of 6 feet between every person. There's no congregating. We're modifying some of our risks, high-risk activities, and we're reducing student traffic and limiting all congregating. Now, that doesn't mean that students can't come within 6 feet. It means we are eliminating what we call close contact, and that is within 6 feet, even with masks, but for more than 15 minutes. So passing in the halls, walking through the classroom, going to our seats, that's all fine. That's not going to cause any transmission of the disease. And then, of course, we're going to encourage cleanliness and hand washing, washing our hands before we come to school, using sterile wipes, sprays, hand sanitizer, washing our hands when we're going to the bathroom for 20 seconds, all those important things for hand washing. And of course, if we sneeze, we're going to use tissues And we just want to practice really good cleaning and hand washing, which is nice because when you wear the mask, you can't put your fingers in your mouth, okay? So that's a good thing too. Now, we take this so seriously, and we just wanted to emphasize that we're here to encourage students to follow the health protocols. And we will do that through general reminders. We will then also give nonverbal prompts. We'll show, hey, put that up there, or, hey, thanks for moving apart if we're congregating. Um, and then if we have to be a little bit more specific, we'll have a discrete, direct conversation with a student. Any staff member can have this conversation about trying to change the behavior of keeping the masks on or staying away. If it becomes a problem, administration will become involved because we cannot, everybody has to do their part on this. We have to guarantee that we're following these protocols in order to be in-person learning. And so every student, every staff member has to follow this. There's no choice. And so if the student is having a difficulty following that, we will be contacting families right away and seeing if this is the best choice for the student to be in person or whether we might have to consider distance learning. And we'll move those students out of public areas. So I just want you to know we take it very seriously because we cannot compromise these protocols whatsoever. All right, what does arrival, transition, and dismissal look like? First of all, when you arrive, you will be doing the health screening. That was shown in the video. The health screening, you're going to get your temperature check, and then you are either going to do what we call an S testation. That means you're going to say, I do not have the symptoms of COVID. You can do that in Skyward on your phone, or you can do that with this little health pad. And so I think I have a little picture here. Yep. So if you're going to use the app on the phone, the Skyward app, this is the questions they'll ask. Do you have any of these? Do you have, in the last 24 hours, have you experienced any of the following? And if you have, you click yes, and then yes on this, and then you hit submit. If you are yes, then you'll say, nope, you're not able to come. If you're good on all those, nope, I don't have any of those problems, then you're going to click and you'll get the green. This is good to go. This means that you do not have those symptoms. So that's the app. The other thing that the student can fill out, and students can do this because they are in middle school, is fill out these little attestation tickets. Same questions, but it's in paper format. You can do either one. And you'll have that completed before you come to school. And you'll arrive. We'll have extra ones if necessary. And then students are going to come through. And this is a video. I'm going to encourage that you check this video out. It talks about how if you're doing the arrival from cars, vehicles, how you're going to come into the front, which is the south side of the building. Buses will be entering from the north side of the building. And then we're going to all meet in the commons and do this health and wellness check. Okay, so that's important. That's the first step for arrival. Also, throughout the building, we're going to have transitions. We're going to skip Mr. Schumacher. So sorry. Transitions through the building are going to look like this. We want you to greet and we want to smile to others. We have barriers down the hallway to keep the traffic moving in one direction. Stay to the right of the barriers. You're going to learn how to drive by knowing how to stay to the right. This is the first step in being a good driver. You're going to use the stairwells. 2 of them will be up and 2 of them will be down. We'll mark those for you. We keep moving. We don't congregate. We go right to our classrooms. We can fill up our water bottles or get a drink of water at the water fountains. We're not allowing any food or beverages, any other kind of coffee drinks or pop or energy drinks. Nope, not in this building. This building is too new. It's too fresh. We don't need to have a mess, sticky stuff around this building. You only can drink water in the building, and the only food that might be provided would be wrapped food that staff might provide. And so cell phones are turned off after the attestation and put into the backpack. We don't want students using cell phones at all during this learning time. There's just a short amount of time that we get to be interacting and socializing and learning from our teacher. We don't want that distraction. And I realize that's going to be hard. If you do need to contact your student, you can always call our office and we will get a hold of that student right away. All right. We can elbow bump as we walk by, say, hey, good to see you. And we're going to avoid the restrooms during the passing period. Once we're in our classroom, we can check out a hall pass to go into the bathrooms, which leads us to, yes, the throne room. We're going to have an opportunity for 1 person per class can go to the restroom, no more than 2 students in a restroom. We'll show you what that looks like by you're going to hang your hall pass outside the bathroom so you'll know who's in there and you'll wait your turn. Okay. And again, we're only here half a day and we have a little bit shorter periods, so you shouldn't be a problem. Definitely go to the bathroom if you need to. Okay. Um, back to dismissal, I just want to say that we will help you with dismissal. We're going to use all of the different exits to the building. If you're a busser, you'll enter the north side of the building, and if you are a picker upper, you're going to exit out the south side of the building. Okay. And we have a nice, big, huge parent pickup. We know it's going to be busy for pickup in the afternoon because we have limited transportation, but we will make the best of it and get those kids out. When you leave, you're going to, if you saw the video at the beginning, it talked about how you're going to get together with your family units and stand on the 6-foot dots that we have available. Okay. Okay, if you are a busser and you're taking transportation, we have really minimized the amount of students that are going to be on a bus. So really encourage walking and biking and skateboarding and scootering and all those things. We have a place to lock those all up in our new building. It's absolutely gorgeous. Students shouldn't arrive any sooner than 7:45 and 11:35, okay? Because we cannot have congregating like we've done in the past. Busing. They will maintain 6-foot distance. They are expected to have face coverings as well as the drivers. They're going to load from the back to the front, and buses will be clean between each use. Okay. Okay, attendance. Now, it is absolutely imperative as families with your student coming here to school that you follow the COVID protocols for symptoms and attendance. Here's what they are. These are the symptoms. So if you have a cough or shortness of breath, loss of taste or smell, fever, chills, if you have one of these, that tells us that you have a symptom. You cannot come to school, and you need to call our school and tell us that that is what's going on. We will then tell you how many days you have to be out in order to come back, and same with the symptom B. Now, if you look at this flow chart, it's very confusing. So that's why we threw in a video right here that you can click and it will explain the details of how to read that chart. But the most important thing you can do is call our school and let us know, child is sick, he has a cough. Okay, now we'll work with you about how long he's had the cough and we will determine when it's best to come in. The good news is if students can't come to school because of a symptom but still feel like they can learn, we want them to jump online into the Zoom session in the PM and join their teacher, right, with the rest of the kids. It'll be awesome in the sense of they don't just miss a whole day of school. If the kid cannot concentrate, they're so sick, then call and we'll make it an absence. We have a special code if they have to stay home, okay, in our attendance. But if they can't make it to even a Zoom session because they just feel terrible, I feel bad, but they can have to take an absence, okay? And don't get on Zoom. But we have that backup plan. And there will even be teachers who will either have to be quarantined or maybe have a cough or something, and they will stay home and they will teach from home the kids. And we'll have substitutes there in the classroom. So it's pretty cool. And how we can do this with the concurrent sessions, we're going to learn a lot. Okay, as a family, you'll be notified by email if your son or daughter were in a classroom with a student that tested positive, but they were not in close contact. We're trying to eliminate all close contact in this building, but it could still happen. And so we'll email you if they're not in close contact. And if they were in close contact, we'll give you a phone call and we'll talk to you personally about what we're going to do next if they were in close contact with another student. Close contact, again, is within 6 feet for more than 15 minutes, okay? So that's why we're trying to limit the congregating. We have pre-screening testing for all students. It's just a simple nose swab. It's a piece of cake. January 7th and January 8th. So you can do that right after the family conferences. After you do your tour and you find the classrooms, you can jump over to our gym and go through the pre-screening, or you can go to the high school from 11 to 4 on Friday. The COVID consent forms have to be completed if you volunteer to do this testing, okay? Staff are gonna be tested weekly. It's an option for them as well. And so we just wanted to, and then if we have any symptomatic students with symptomatic, we can do screening right here on site and do a quick 15-minute test. Okay, this is important. This is the learning expectations we have. So on Mondays, everybody will be attending their Zoom classes. It'll be a weekly launch, and then some students are going to stay on for intervention. And those are 30-minute sessions. This is our chance to help close some gaps. On Tuesday through Friday, you're going to attend classes and you're going to come prepared. So whether you're in AM or PM, you're coming to the class and you're coming prepared, doing what you had to have done. You have to complete that synchronous work. You have to realize, students, that half of your learning is in the classroom with teacher and your students. The other half is going to be either a review of what you are working on or a preview of what you are working on. That's the other half of learning. It's a life skill. My daughter, my son, my other daughter, my other son, half of their learning or more now is independent. Now, we don't expect you to be fully independent. That's why we've been doing all these Zoom sessions. And now that's why we want to be in person. But the other part of learning is doing that independent. It's a life skill we want to instruct and teach you. So it's absolutely imperative that you do that learning. Simultaneous instruction will look like something like this, where a teacher will be teaching the class. Some students will be online. Some students will be in person. There's different ways to do that. And we'll be working through that with all of our students and learning what works best. Okay, Chromebooks. If you're coming in person, you need to bring your Chromebook every day. It must be in the case that we provided you with the charger, charged up though, and in the backpack. These are not very rugged. They're not meant to travel back and forth, but it's what we have. If you have accidents, there's an incident form that has to be filled out. Even if you have the insurance plan, it's possible that you still will owe money if it gets damaged. The insurance plan doesn't cover everything. It does lessen the cost. And we're trying to figure out whether or not we can actually, some people don't have that insurance plan. I highly recommend it's worth the cost. And make sure those come fully charged. We do not have enough Chromebooks for kids that forget their Chromebook. Okay? Okay, so now the part comes where we've been looking forward to actually locating the classrooms and greeting the teachers. So here's where we're at in the building. I don't know how good you are at reading these elevation maps, but this is the entrance area right here, the commons where you came in. And then to the right, or shall we say to the east, is the academic wing, 2 floors. And to the west is the gyms, the athletic, and then the music building and art building. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to look at the schedule that you've been given and your teachers, and you're going to locate their name and their number, and you're going to try and find where they are. Now, you're going to stay to the right, as the Schumacher video talked about, and we will help you in the halls find and locate where you need to go. No problem, okay? So again, just some reminders. If kids are sick, if you're not feeling well, stay home, okay? And follow the COVID protocol plan with symptoms. And we're going to practice that physical distancing, okay? And then we're also always wearing our masks, and we're going to wash our hands regularly and use sanitizer, and we will be safe. We will be safe. And we know that this is what's going to be best for kids. It's what we would want for our own kids. And so that's why we're moving forward on this. Hey, thank you for this time. Again, you can check out this video in link that we will provide for you, and you can go and watch the videos that are there in detail. Thank you, and have a great rest of the evening or day.